I picked out this game that I lost to a 2000 rated player, and let's analyze it without the game review. So what you're gonna do is you click on this self-analysis button, and now here you have the engine, so the top 3 lines, but notice that depth is 20, which means that it's not gonna be the absolute best moves. I mean, they can be, but you can't be sure, right? And this doesn't affect the average chess player. This is just if you want to do some really specific, let's say, opening study and you want the absolute best moves, you cannot do that with this engine because it's a weaker engine, right? But anyways, so what we're gonna look out is for this bar. When this bar swings, this is gonna tell me that there is a blunder, or you can also see it on the numbers here, right? So opening, okay, this is still fine. We don't have to analyze anything. I go for this variation. And now here you can see the engine swings. It's already slightly better for black, or it's equal. This doesn't matter, okay? Because it wasn't any a big swing. And this is also a variation that I play. So obviously we're not gonna analyze this, right? Okay, this is all normal. There we go. This is a blunder, okay? I made a mistake. So you can see this is a blunder, and now we have to find the better move. And the better move is knight to e4, as you can clearly see. So I should have played knight to e4. I played knight to f6, and this allows e4. So this is my first mistake. And opponent finds e4, and now I'm forked. I try, okay, I didn't even try queen e2. But if I went queen e2 to pin the pawn, you can see opponent has queen to e7. So you can also hover the mouse over the line and it shows you the board. So you don't have to actually put in the moves on the board, right? But yeah, queen to e7, now the pawn is again unpinned, so I'm forked and I lose a piece. So that's why in the game I take, which is the best move. I castle, this is all fine, okay, no major change in the evaluation. Okay, bishop develops, I play d4, okay, one of the best moves. Develop the knight, this is all fine, okay, all fine. Okay, so this trade, as you can see, it's let's say minus 2.8, and now it's minus 1.8, let's say, or minus 2, okay. So this was a mistake by my opponent, giving up the bishop for the knight. So I take back, they play knight to d5, I go knight d4, this is the best. Okay, now okay, there we go, a blunder, right? So it's minus 2.3, let's say, if they play bishop to f5, attacking the pawn, but they blunder. I take with the queen, which is incorrect. So I should have taken with the rook. And I guess, what's the difference? So let's say they play bishop f5, we trade. Now back rank is an issue, so I go bishop d2. Cover the back rank, but what if they take? Then I trade queens, I guess. And rook to c1. Okay, and I guess I'm gonna win this pawn, maybe. But okay, the material is equal, so that would be, let's say, the best line. But I blundered with queen takes knight, and opponent should have played bishop to d7. Okay, let's try to understand this. So if I take the queen, you can see m1, back rank checkmate, right? And if I don't do anything, let's say, okay, so I cannot defend, that's the problem, right? I want to go queen to c3 to defend the rook, but the knight is here. So the best move is just bishop f4, just give up the queen for a rook, I guess. Okay, but if rook takes and bishop d7, you see the difference now. So now I can take, or I guess knight takes d7. I first take the bishop, okay. But even this move, let's say. basically the point is that there is no back rank, right? And in this case, the queen was in front, so I cannot do that. Okay, but in the game, so I take, an opponent trades queens, and now it's equal. Knight b4, you can see again a change in the evaluation. So now I'm better if I play bishop to d2. So just give up this pawn, and then rook to c1. Knight to d4, so knight goes here. And then let's say, okay, I trade, rook takes, takes, and takes, let's say. So this would be, let's say, the best continuation. Now let's go back. I take, I let him take this pawn. So yeah, basically my mistake was not developing the bishop so that when knight takes, I don't have rook to c1. So my rook doesn't get active, right? Because in this case, the rook is on b1. So I have to move the bishop and then I have to move the rook again. That's why this is worse. Okay, this is all fine. No, okay, there is a huge swing, and that's the blunder, yeah. So when I made the luft for my king, so the king has some air, so there is no back rank checkmate, I played g3, and probably I should have played h3, but also g3 is fine if I played, let's say, king to g2 or king to f1, but I played rook to e1. So here, let's say king to g2 and then move the rook, right? But I blundered the fork, and now it's back to -3. King moves, I improve again. This is all fine. Just move the king in. Okay, I go back. Maybe I should have gone forward, because the point is the rook cannot get in. Maybe rook to d1 is an issue. But I guess I can always defend, I don't know. Okay. This is all fine. Okay, now it's it's -3. I should have went king e1, which is just an engine move. King to c5. Yeah, so he basically got in. So here you can't really do anything, right? Like, yes, you can sit here and say, okay, I should have played king f1, king e1, or I don't know whatever the engine says, but this is not human moves, right? So you just can't do anything here. No point in analyzing, right? Yeah, and then I just tried to give up a pawn. I was hoping for pawn takes. But obviously he was gonna take with the rook, and yeah, then that's it. He was just gonna push the pawn, so I sacrificed, but obviously this is now takes, and I cannot do anything. He's just gonna bring the king over here and win this pawn, and that's it. So now you can see I only analyzed variations where there was a huge swing, or not a huge swing, but like a decent swing in the evaluation, right? So for example, here in the middle game, not here, but let's say here, I analyzed here because you can see it changed for 1 point. This is what you should analyze. But if it changes for, let's say, 0.3 or 0.5, yes, I guess there should be a better move and so on, but for the majority of players, you don't have to do anything. Basically, just look out for these big swings. And also, this is gonna take less time if you only look for mistakes from your opponent and your mistakes, the huge mistakes, not just slight inaccuracies, right? So yeah, this is how you should analyze your games without the game review.